What's going on, everyone? Hope all of you are doing well. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. And just like that, it is over. Man, yeah, that's the one thing that sucks is that Christmas, it takes forever to get here, and then when it finally gets here, the day just goes by. It sucks. But, it happens, right? And then now we're on our way to a new year. 2025 is looking to be really, really good. Not just for movies in theater, but movies to be released on Blu-ray and 4K. It was announced that Tommy Boy and Black Sheep are getting 4K releases. I believe Black Sheep is going to be under Kino Lorber. We have Bring It On coming to 4K. I mean, the list just goes on. There are so many. Apparently, Shot Factory is going to be releasing Problem Child and Problem Child 2 on 4K. So yeah, next year is going to be a really good year. I'm going to hold off some money for my taxes to get some of those titles. Really, to be honest with you, I'm not going to worry about getting like Black Sheep or Tommy Boy on 4K. Those are really just movies I can have on Blu-ray. I that's what I've been doing recently is just figuring out what I would like to get on 4K and what I would like to get on Blu-ray, and especially if it's cheaper, then it's the best way to go. And my 4K player upscales, so I'll still have a great picture quality. It's just more of just the price range. But Problem Child and Problem Child 2, I probably will upgrade to 4K. Those are definitely films I love. I prefer the second movie over the first movie, and that's just my cup of tea. And then Bring It On, definitely glad that one's coming. I held off on getting that one, so that's definitely on my list. But for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the movies that I got for Christmas. I am very surprised on how many 4K titles I got compared to last year. I did sell the digital codes, and I was able to pick up some movies off of Declutter. And they're titles that unfortunately don't have Blu-ray releases. One of them has a Blu-ray release, but I decided to just go with the DVD because there's three films within that like franchise, and one of them is not available on Blu-ray, but the other two are. And the OCD in me was like, you know what, I could be fine with the DVD quality, so I'm just gonna go with that. But man, there's a lot to show. So we're going to go ahead and get into the first two, which are the only two Blu-rays that I got. The first one being Cocaine Bear. I'm excited to see this one. I've heard some like mixed opinions on this one, but from a scene I saw, oh, I cannot wait. This movie's just going to be weird, insane, but in a very good way, very entertaining. So I'm definitely looking forward to it for sure. And then I ended up getting Abigail. This was definitely a film I was looking forward to. Did not get the chance to see it in theaters, but I held off. Like, that's the one thing too, is I don't like to pay full price for anything anymore. So a lot of titles I do wait and hold off on. And then there are specific titles I will ask for Christmas that I can wait for. I'm not in like any rush to see. So yeah, very happy to finally have Abigail. I've heard nothing but great things, and it's definitely going to be a watch pretty soon. And that's the only two Blu-rays I ended up getting, so not bad. Now we're going to get into the 4Ks. So the first one finally completes the trilogy for me. I have the first two on 4K. I ended up getting Deadpool and Wolverine. I saw this in theater, had a very good time with it. This was, I think, everything everybody was looking for. The cameos were great. I know everybody has their opinion on Channing Tatum. This was long overdue, and apparently Ryan Reynolds has stated that, Marvel is like, they were very impressed. So I'm hoping that opens the door that when the X-Men finally make their way into the MCU, Channing Tatum will be the first one to be casted and to be, basically the role he was made for. And a lot of people also complained about his voice and his accent. And the thing is like if you watch interviews with Channing Tatum, he has stated he is from Louisiana, and he does talk about the accent, and he has relatives that are like that, and know people who have that kind of like Louisiana slang. So that's the one thing I like is he relates to the character, and he basically gave us a comic book, uh, accurate Gambit. The only thing, minor complaint I think a lot of people had were the eyes didn't change like they do in the animated series, which is, they want to do things differently, but also keep it authentic in some way, and I get that. But yeah, his roles were great. Or not his roles, his lines were great. Definitely was cool to see. So, um, and sorry for the spoiler. I just realized that. My bad. But I'm sure by now a lot of you have already seen it. I know there was some controversy due to him like being on the X as if he was on a cross, and parents were complaining and stuff like that. It's like first and foremost, why would you go to a movie that there's going to be a lot of cursing and not do any research on the film itself? Like, it makes no sense. Like, if you would know, it was based from a comic book issue. A lot of the reference in here are from comic book issues that came out years and years ago. So it was nice little references. Yeah, I wish I could say more, but I am going to be doing a marathon, and I'm gonna watch all of them and do a review for you guys. But as of right now, those are like the only three Marvel movies I have in my collection, give or take. Next one here is another one I saw in theater. This is a film when it was first announced, or there was rumors going on about it. I was excited because I love the first movie. I love the animated series and just the whole mythology of this world, this underworld or afterlife, whatever you want to call it. Um, it really has intrigued me when it comes to the universe for this movie. And I know there were some complaints, and a lot of the complaints has to do with all these little like subplots. And yeah, they get wrapped up pretty quick, but it seemed like everything was too, I guess, too clustered, I think is what a lot of people were complaining about. Or wouldn't complain, but like more of being disappointed. And I think, uh, things just seemed clustered, and, way too much going on and things like that. But Beetlejuice. Very happy. I will be doing I did a review for it, but I will be doing a format review. Um, Hopefully soon. I had a good time with it. Yes, there are some issues, but this was fun. It was more to me like a live action adaptation to the animated series rather than just being a follow up sequel. But it did really, really well. It made more than its budget, and I hope we do get a third film. It makes sense considering the title of the film. Hopefully, if they do a third film, it won't be as clustered with the plot, and it makes sense on why certain things happen with some of the characters from the first movie because, one, they are up there in age, and two, it's like kind of passing the torch a little bit. I think that's why, um, you know, the daughter and Winona Ryder, that whole storyline and everything going. It's kind of like it seems like they want to pass the torch. So like if they do a third film, it could be the daughter in the third film, and Lydia could be living her own life and things like that. But yeah, I get where people were complaining about, but I don't think it was as bad as they make it seem to be. Just the just too many subplots going on, and they do wrap up pretty quick, but I feel like there could have been more to it rather than what we got. I feel like the characters should have tied in some way, like, you know Beetlejuice's wife, and somebody that Astrid likes, and things like that. I think a lot of characters should have intertwined a little bit to make the plot somewhat decent rather than being so clustered. But yeah, don't want to get too far in. Next is definitely one of the ones I want to watch as soon as possible, and I will be doing a Tom Hanks double feature. But I ended up getting Forrest Gump. this has been on my list of 4K titles to have in the collection for a very long time. I've actually have avoided any like comparison videos because excuse me, because I want to be surprised on how great this looks. Excuse me. And of course I will be doing a review for it and a format review, which will be together. So I'll do separate reviews for movies, and then later on, when I rewatch the movie, I will do a format review. But if it's a film I have yet to review, then I will incorporate both the review and the format review into one. But this one I am excited for. Forrest Gump is one of my favorite films, like many out there. As I've stated before numerous times, I'm not big into the drama genre. It has to have a really good story for me to be invested in. So it's rare that I get into that type of genre. There are a select few of films that I like. Forrest Gump being one of them. The Boy in the Striped Pajama, A Walk to Remember. Those are films I do enjoy, but I mean, in a way, you could say the Hallmark movies are drama, but they're more romance drama, which I have a soft spot for. But when it comes to just strictly drama, it's hard for me to get into because I'm more story driven. That's how I really get in into the drama genre. If it's an action film and a comedy film, I don't care how bad it is. I will give it a watch any time of the day. But yeah, I am excited for it. It's a 3 disc set. You get the 4K disc, and then you get the 2 Blu-ray discs, which is the Blu-ray version of the movie and the special features. This next one here, I'm very happy. I remember when this was announced, it was definitely on my wish list, and then I just completely forgot about it until probably more recently. And I love this movie. I've seen this movie way too many times. The 80s gave us a lot of great gems, especially when you have actors like Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy. I mean, the list goes on. There's just so many great ones. So I ended up getting Trading Places. Such a fun movie. Kind of set. It's kind of in the same universe as Coming to America. If you know, you know. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't know if I've done a review for it. If I haven't, I need to. It'll probably be a you know movie and format review, but I'm excited. In a way, it is a Christmas movie. I mean, it does take place on Christmas, so yeah, very excited to revisit that one. I will probably end up watching this in the next few days, but I am excited for that one. This one, man. So I'm trying to slowly get some of the 4K releases that James Cameron has released that we've been waiting for so long. I already have Titanic. That was the first one I wanted to get. I still need to get The Abyss, and then Aliens is another one. I want to get those two, and I think that'll be it. This one, I think will complete. Oh no, actually, I'm wrong. Terminator 2. I like to upgrade my Blu-ray, and the Terminator came out, so I needed to pick that up. But I ended up getting True Lies. This is such a fun action film. I think the chemistry between Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold are fantastic. Um, I wish they would have done more. It's very interesting that a lot of these actors that work together just did one movie and that was it. They didn't work together. I wish they would have done more. And of course, you can never go wrong with Jamie Lee Curtis in that dance scene in the hotel. I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, I've always been a fan of Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a fantastic actress. I know there's apparently supposedly supposed to be a Murder She Wrote movie in the works with Jamie Lee Curtis playing the Angela Lansbury role. The character that she played in the series. Jamie Lee Curtis is supposed to play that character. I will totally be down for that. It'll kind of rejuvenate the Murder She Wrote series. I think a lot of people will start going back to that original series. It'll start getting new viewers, and that is another reason why I feel like remakes. It's funny because I was on a Facebook page and I had made a comment on somebody's post about remakes actually can benefit the original and help the original in some way. And somebody kind of gave me, crap about it, like that's bogus and stuff. And it's like, no, if you watch an interview with Robert Englund, he stated why the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street did not do well. He said a lot of people, once they realized it was a remake, was going back to the original, and they were enjoying the original. They didn't want to see the remake. So really, studios are hurting themselves, but also improving themselves because, yeah, you're making a remake of a film or a film adaptation to a TV series. What you're doing is, one, it's not going to do well because people will be against it. They're going to find something to complain about it. But it's going to help benefit your original material because people are going to start going back to the TV series, start watching that. Like if they did a remake of the Golden Girls, it'd be the same thing. If you did a TV series or a movie adaptation of the Golden Girls, you're going to have people who are so against it, but it's going to help improve all the older catalog. So people are going to go back, rewatch the entire series of Golden Girls. They're going to watch the spin-offs. So it benefits a lot, and remakes do too. Like when the remake of Fright Night came out, I love the remake. But, there's going to be a lot of people who never seen the original, see this movie, realize it's a remake, and then go back, and then they have more of a love and for the film and appreciation for the film. So they go back, they buy the original film. So it definitely benefits it in a very great way. So sorry for getting off topic. Let's continue on. Next is one of my favorites. As I was stating about the drama genre, I have to really get invested in the story, and this is another one. Backdraft. Great cast. I mean, we have Kurt Russell, Robert De Niro, William Baldwin. It's directed by Ron Howard. You also have Donald Sutherland in it. Who else is in this? I feel like there's a few other recognizable names, but I don't see it. It doesn't say. I don't see it. Yeah, no. Just a very interesting story. They did do a sequel to this. It was a straight to, Blu-ray and DVD release. But I do want to pick that up for a couple of reasons. Number one, Joe Anderson, who played Max in Once Upon a Time, I believe his name is Joe Anderson. He is in Backdraft. I believe he plays the adult character of Kurt Russell's son in the film. And then you have William Baldwin does return in the sequel. As well as Donald Sutherland, I believe. So, they did it proper in some way. But I definitely want to check out the sequel as well. I saw the trailer. It looks interesting. It does connect to the first film, which I do like. Rare occasion, straight to home video sequels can be actually a good follow up. Like Still Waiting, was a really great, sequel to the first movie. Brought pretty much everybody back from the first movie, other than I believe Ryan Reynolds and Anna Faris, because they were big stars at that time and probably had other engagements to do. Next is Field of Dreams. Always enjoyed this one. Watched it a few times when it would be aired on TV. Kevin Costner, the late great James Earl Jones, Ray Liotta, the late great Ray Liotta. Richard Dreyfuss is in this, I believe. I think he has a small. Is he in this? I think he has a small little role, isn't he? Where he chokes on the hot dog when Kevin Costner and him are talking about maybe selling the farm and stuff like that and the cornfields. But yeah, love this movie. James Earl Jones, man, that man is truly missed. That man could read me a bedtime story and I would fall asleep quick. His voice is just so unique and deep, and yeah, and he's done a lot. Like, I didn't even realize he was in one of the Conan films. And there's a few other films. I know he was in The Sandlot. He played a retired baseball player. who I think played with Babe Ruth in that story and film. Yeah. And of course, the voice of Darth Vader. But yeah, and of course, Eddie Murphy's father in Coming to America. But yeah, he will truly be missed. Man, just it sucks. Another Arnold film, Last Action Hero, another one that was on my wish list. Excuse me. Love this movie. Very underrated, I feel. Nice little nods to other films. Um, it's got some features. I mean, we get a commentary, deleted, and alternate scenes, an alternate ending. I don't even know if the original Blu-ray and DVD even had that. You get a music video, Big Gun by AC/DC. You get original behind the scene featurette and the trailer. Wow. They could have done a little bit better on the artwork, I think. But yeah, very, very happy to finally have that one. That's another one I'm going to be watching soon. I've been trying to get some of Stanley Kubrick's films on 4K. I think I have Full Metal Jacket is one of his, but that's the only one. I still want to pick up like a Clockwork Orange, 2001: A Space Odyssey, but I ended up getting The Shining. Such a great movie. Jack Nicholson, and Shelley Duvall, the late great Shelley Duvall. Um, there are some features we do get like commentary, and then a few featurettes. So yeah, I held off on getting Doctor Sleep because I wanted to get this on 4K and then get that one on 4K. But I don't know. I prefer this. I may not pick up the sequel, even though I think it's a really good sequel. I don't know. And then lastly, very happy to have this one on 4K. This 4K tends to be hard to come by compared to the Blu-ray, but it's a Violent Night. I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I was expecting something completely different, and yeah, it was very entertaining. John Leguizamo as a bad guy since Spawn? No, no, he was a bad guy. I know he was a bad guy in Spawn. There's a few movies where he plays a bad guy, but it's been so long since I've seen him play a bad guy. It was just refreshing for me at the time. So yeah, such a good movie. There's apparently a sequel in the works. I hope so. I would like to see more of this. But yeah, there you have it. That is my. Those are the Blu-rays and the 4K titles that I got for Christmas. Because I sold all the digital codes, I was able to order some DVDs off of eBay from Declutter. Picked up majority of the films I picked up are just titles that don't have Blu-ray releases. There is one Blu-ray I got. It's a sequel, and it completes the 2 film collection that I needed to get. And then there's one I was able to get that is going to slowly complete a collection of films. I just need one more film in that series, and I'll have that done. And then the rest are titles that don't have Blu-ray releases. With what, 4 of them or 3 of them? Do not quote me on that. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, 3 of them are Rob Schneider films. You guys might know what I'm. Yeah, you might know. But I will be doing a unboxing once that comes in, and then after that, I will be doing a collection update. But I figured I'd show you guys the titles I have, and you'll see them again in my update once my package comes in. But yeah, some great titles. I can't wait to revisit these films, do reviews for you guys, and some format reviews. Definitely coming for sure. But thank you. If you guys have seen any of these movies, let me know what your thoughts are down in the description below. Give this video a like. It's much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you guys would like to take the time out and check out my eBay store, the link will be down in the description. We're getting close to the 3,000 watch hours, and we're getting close of hitting 1,800 subscribers. I think I'm at like 1768, so we're getting there. But yeah, Good things are coming within the new year. So with that being said, I'm Film Talk with Mikey. Till next time, guys, we will talk films. Take care, have a good one, and I will see you guys next time.